On Windows machines, it is critical that the application folder not be installed inside the normal location for applications, which is the Program Files folder. Let me repeat that. Do not allow our program to be installed in the Program Files folder. It will not function properly. Here is the installation process step by step. The first step is to purchase the installer. Since the demo is free, you don't need to enter any credit card information. All we need is some contact info for your product key. Click the Download the Demo link on our website. Click the Next button for the Windows Demo Installer. On the next page, there's quite a bit of important info for you to review. Be sure to read all of this information before proceeding. Once you're done reading, click Next. Next, you are presented with yet a third screen with more info to read. Experience has taught us that big, obnoxious warnings tend to get people's attention. So we made this one really big and really obnoxious. The message is simple. Follow the installation instructions. Click the link at the bottom of the page that says, "Click here to proceed to cart checkout." This will add the Windows Demo Installer to the shopping cart. Next, click the Proceed to Checkout button. You will be asked to enter the typical info needed for a shopping cart: name, address, city, state, zip, etc. Please enter this information carefully. The info entered here will be tied to your product key. The terms and conditions can be found here. After reading those, click the checkbox. When everything is entered correctly, click on Place Your Order. You will see a confirmation that your order was placed successfully. In a few minutes, you should receive your order receipt email letting you know we received your order. Next, you need to sit tight until we can generate your product key. We have to enter all your info into a special database that generates the key. We will then add the key to your shopping cart record and we will mark your order as complete. When we do so, a second email will be generated. This is your order completion email. The next step is to download the actual installer. This can be done one of two ways. The first way is to click the download link in your order completion email. Click the link and the download will begin. The downloaded installer will be located in your Downloads folder. The second way to download the installer is to go to your My Account page. Click on the Downloads button. Click on the Quote Magician for Windows button to begin the download. Our installer is delivered in a zip file. Depending on which browser you are using, you may be presented with an option to open the file after downloading or an option to save the installer. Choose to save the zip file. Do not rename the file, just save it as is. The zip file is saved to the normal location for downloads, the Downloads folder. Next, go to your Downloads folder. Locate the zip file called QuoteMagicianWindows.zip. Double-click the zip file to unzip and decompress the file contents. Typically, a temporary folder will open. Inside that folder will be a file named QM-Installer. This is the installer application. Before proceeding, we suggest you drag the installer to the desktop. Doing so will help in keeping all your application-related files organized. Double-click on the QM-Installer to install the Quote Magician application. After a few moments, you will see a warning message. It's a security warning that says, "The publisher cannot be verified. Are you sure you want to run this software?" This is the unknown publisher warning. It is designed to warn you before installing potentially malicious software. One of the limitations of our program is the fact that it is a FileMaker database that has been turned into an application. We then had to create an installer program. Sounds simple enough, but it is actually quite a process. An installer created by a true software developer will handle all of the tasks associated with installing an application on all of the different operating systems that it supports. Installers are usually downloaded from the internet. To assure users that a software application has not been compromised with malicious code, Microsoft has devised a justifiably complicated system where the software is signed by the developer. This gives the user assurances that no changes have been made to the code. Applications that are not properly code signed pop up a warning when launched. This message will be shown unless we go through an arduous process called code signing, which applies a bit of code to the program that tells Windows that the downloaded software has not been altered since it was compiled by the developer. The process of signing code is ridiculously difficult. We tried many times to solve this one and failed. So we are sending our program out unsigned. If you do not trust the software, please click Cancel and stop the installation process. As an aside, we inserted a CD from Brother Corporation when adding a new laser printer, and the exact same unknown publisher message was shown. I guess we're in good company if a company the size of Brother has the same issues with code signing as we do. If you have questions about the unknown publisher warning message, give us a call. If you trust that the code is not malicious, click on Run. After what seems like an eternity, the setup application opens. The first screen is a license agreement. Click I accept the license agreement. Click Next. The next screen gives you the option to create a desktop shortcut. Keep this checked. Click Next. Now you are ready to proceed. Click Install and the program will be installed. After installation is complete, click Finish and the installer will close. On your desktop you will now see 3 items. The first item is a folder named Quote Magician Keep on Desktop. The second item is the QM Installer application which you just ran. The third item is the Quote Magician application shortcut. Double-click on the Keep on Desktop folder. Inside you will see the folder which contains all the files that make up the application. Double-click on this folder. Inside you will see many different types of files that are needed for the application to function. We recommend that you never go into this folder and never move or rename anything within the folder. Doing so will break the program. Click the back arrow to return to the Keep on Desktop folder. Next, drag the QM Installer zip file into the Keep on Desktop folder. By doing this, all files related to the program are located in one place. The installer does not place files in any other location on your hard drive. So if you ever wanted to remove the program, all you need to do is drag this one folder to the trash and delete it. Double-click the Quote Magician shortcut on the desktop to launch the program for the first time. It will take a few moments and then the program will open and the activation screen appears. All information in this screen must be entered before you may proceed. The information that should be entered was sent to you in the 3rd email. Your customer number, company name, address, city, state, zip must be entered exactly as shown in the email. Even if the info in the email is incorrect, let's say you recently moved and your address has changed, you must enter the info sent in your email or the activation may fail. Most importantly, the product key we sent you must be entered exactly as shown. After entering all of the required information, click the Authenticate arrow to continue. Assuming you entered all information correctly, you will see the Access Granted screen telling you that you have been granted access to the demo version of Quote Magician. Click the Disclaimers arrow to continue. Please read each disclaimer page completely. Each contains information about how the program functions and some of the limitations of the data provided by the wholesalers. After reading each page, mark the checkbox next to each disclaimer. Click the next arrow. There are only 2 disclaimer pages to review. After the disclaimers have been checked, you will be granted access to the program. Click the Go to Quote Magician button to begin using the program. In some rare circumstances, the product key is not retained after installation. Let's do a quick check to make sure everything is working correctly. Simply click on Exit Program and confirm you want to exit. Next, launch the Quote Magician once again. If you are taken to the activation page again, there is a problem. If you are taken to the main menu, everything installed correctly.